Greetings and welcome back to my channel. I wanted to do a quick video on the basics of how Social Security disability benefits are calculated. I'm not going to cover what it takes to qualify, just the basic calculation. Here are my disability and old age calculations using NEPIA. These match my calculations using the Social Security online calculator when assuming no income in future years. So why is my disability benefit so much higher than my old age benefit? Keep in mind that these numbers are in today's dollars, and both values will increase with inflation. This is where I started my research on the calculation. It's the Code of Federal Regulations section that explains how average indexed monthly earnings are calculated. The basic difference between the calculation for old age and disability benefits is summed up by this slide. The number of years used in the calculation. For old age, it's 35 years no matter what. For disability, there are dropout years, and it only takes into account the elapsed number of years from age 22, and I'll get into that more in a future slide. But after you find the average index monthly earnings, then the calculation is exactly the same. And again, I'll get into that specifically in a future slide. Here's an example to show you how this works. I assumed a 35-year-old born February 1st, 1987. And to find our benefit computation years, step one is the year you become disabled. We're going to assume is this year, 2022, minus the year you turn 22, in this case would be 2009. And that would equal 13 elapsed years. We take the elapsed years and divide by 5. Now this is how the calculation is directly from the Social Security website, and it also works out that way on the NEPIA detailed calculator. This equals 2 3/5, and you always round down to the nearest whole number, so our answer on this portion is 2. And these are the number of dropout years that we have. We'll subtract the dropout years from the elapsed years, so 13 minus 2, and come up with our benefit computation years. In this case would be 11. We take the sum of the 11 highest years of indexed income, in our case, and I'll show you on the next slide what I did, $304,000. We divide it by the number of months in 11 years, round down to the nearest dollar, and that will equal the average index monthly income. In this case, $2,303. Here are the indexed earnings I used for the calculation. Again, I just came up with these off the top of my head, just used nice round whole numbers to come up with an idea, and I figured starting at age 16, maybe that this person only made $4,000, but indexed over the years, it would be worth about $8,000 on as far as indexed earnings. So I assumed that over the years that this person's income gradually increased. Maybe when they were 24, they changed jobs or they lost their job. That's why it drops down to $8,000. But generally over time, the income increased over the years. But for our calculation, we found out that we're only going to use 11 years. And I've highlighted those in red. You'll notice that at the age 24, that $8,000 isn't averaged in. So it's only averaging the 11 highest years. If we didn't have the dropout years, then it would take 13 years and include the $19,000 earned at age 22 and the $18,000 earned at age 21. Overall, that would lower the average and decrease the disability benefit. To finish calculating our benefit, we need to know the current BEN points, which are $1,024 and $6,172. The adjusted index monthly earnings for our example is $2,303. So we take 1,024 times 0.9, We add that to the next $1,279 times 0.32. And then finally we have $0 that's above that 6,172 mark. So $0 times 0.15. We add those three together and we get $1,330.88. So the benefit after rounding is $1,330 per month. In summary, the disability benefits are calculated using fewer years to help increase the benefit. 1 year is dropped for every 5 years of Social Security taxed income from the age of 22 on. Remember, dropping years increases your benefit. Thank you for joining me on this topic. If you have suggestions for future videos, please leave them in the comments. Consider subscribing if you like this content and would like to learn more about personal finance. And if you're going to retire, retire to something.